Hey, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to do another mountain scene. I got liquid white from here up, and I got a strip of liquid white running across through here. The mountains are dry as usual. I usually paint my mountains dry. And if you like this video and you want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. All right, let's get started. I'm going to start on my sky first, and I'm going to do something. I'm going to make my sky kind of bright today. I'm going to do something a little unusual. Usually I do blue skies, gray skies when it comes to mountains, but I got some Indian yellow that I bought the other day, and I'm going to use a small brush, and I'm going to make this painting a little brighter than normal. I mean, I'm going to try it. Let's see how it does. I don't know how it'll work. I don't know if it'll look good, look bad. I don't know. There's only one way to find out, and that's just to go ahead and do it. Indian yellow is a good color. But I figured I would, since it's raining outside today, I'll brighten it up down here where I'm working. And I'm going to mix a little cad. Here's my palette. I got black, Prussian blue, yellow ochre, burnt umber. I got some, no, it's burnt sienna, burnt umber, sap green, cad yellow, alizarin crimson. Got me some mountain colors. Let's see how this is going to work. Nice bright sky. Bring it down here. I want it a little lighter here toward the base of the mountains. I'm going to wind up putting some ochre in here too. Probably shouldn't have put that much white right there, should I? Let me go ahead and grab some ochre. I want to darken it too. I don't want it solid yellow. We don't want that. So we'll run some dark across the top and in here and there. Yeah, I have a little bit more control with this little 1-inch brush when I'm trying to go around mountains. 2-inch brush is nice, but man, it you ain't careful, you'll run right through your mountains and just, it won't look good at all. So I decided to use a 1-inch brush today. I picked up a little something there, but that don't look too bad. It looks nice and streaky. That's all right. That was a happy accident there, wasn't it? Just don't want too much. Wipe that off a little bit. That don't look too bad. See, maybe a little more right in here. Let me change my brush here a minute. Get me a clean one. Make sure it is clean. I think it needs to be darker right here. Get my dirty brush back. Maybe even a little darker than that. Let me put a touch of that color I grabbed here a second ago, this darker color, when I made my happy accident. I got two different piles of mountain color here. There's a mountain here. It gets this color, lighter. This is lighter than that. This is a further away mountain. I can't really hardly tell where it is, so we'll just make our own. I had some lines up here, but they're not, you don't have to follow them. And a lot of times I don't. to come down through there. I think I'm just going to make all this pine trees down here. I've been thinking about it, and if I can get it the way I want it, it'll probably look pretty good. If I can put it down the way I have it in my mind. Because we're winging this today. I have no plans. I'm just, other than the pine trees. Let me go ahead and pull that collar out. Let me clean my brush here real quick. I guess it doesn't matter if it's clean or not on this part, but you never know. Let's go ahead and, I think I got enough collar up here. So I'm going to pull this out. And I definitely want this covered down there. There's plenty of paint. Okay, yeah, that's good right there. Now, let's start on our mountain actually comes all the way over to here, this darker mountain. So this is where we're going to start it, right here. And work our way to the left. Work our way on over. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Even though it's raining outside, so far so good, having a good day. Make it better if this painting turns out good, won't it? That would make it much better, have a much better day if this painting turns out. And as I've told everybody before, in case you haven't seen one of my videos, I paint my mountains dry. I don't put any liquid white or liquid clear on here because it makes your paint break easier. And some people have a big issue with that, and I was one of them for a long time. So now I don't normally, I do on occasion, I'll do that. I'll put liquid white or liquid clear up here on occasion, but not often. Let's bring this on up, a little peak up there. I'm scraping the paint as I'm going, because I definitely, you have to use more paint if you don't have any liquid white or liquid clear up here. Let's bring this one on up and down. Let's put us a little excursion over this way. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but that's what I'm going to use today, excursion. I'm probably getting close to having enough paint on here to be able to pull this out and spread it. So let's see what happens. Let me set my palette down. I think in this case I am going to start right here. Just pull it on down. And I'm going to wipe my brush off. I want to get rid of some excess paint. You don't want too much paint. See, I put that strip of liquid white down there and I'm running into it right now, which is making this blend out pretty easy. I think that's about where I want it. Maybe just a little further down just to make sure I've got enough of this covered. Like I said, I have a plan in my mind, and let's see if it works out on paper, so to speak. Okay, now let's get ready to do some highlighting. Let me wipe my brush off, set it down. And since we got some of the bright color, I'm gonna put a touch of this in this white that I'm gonna use, just a touch. Man, this stuff's pretty strong. I use too much of it, and it's it may not be good. And for this back mountain, I might put a touch of brown in it also, just to kind of dull it. Just a little bit more. I just want to dull it down a little bit because it's further back. So I got brown, white, Indian yellow on this back side. So let's see what kind of color we come up with here. I'm not sure what this will look like, really. I've not used this combination of colors before. This is a new one to me. Let's see. Probably bring it on down a little bit more here. Heck, you know what? Maybe it comes on over. I'm trying to think of where I want my pine trees. It's going to be somewhere in here, but I just ain't sure, so I'm going to bring this on over just a touch more. And let's put a little bit over in here. Just a little. Bring these two together. Standing back trying to take a look at it. It might be okay for that for now. Let's start on the other one. And I'm going to move this pile that I made for that back mountain and stick it to the side. I'm going to get me a clean pile of white. Put a touch of the Indian yellow in it. And let's see what happens here. Now if I need to, if this isn't bright enough, and I might do it, I don't know. I can always go back and put some more white, just take some white and skim it across the top if I don't feel like this is bright enough. See that Indian yellow showing through? Now, I told you this stuff is strong. That is a strong color right there. You definitely don't want to use too much of it. I barely put any in it. It's just a very strong color. I might have to go over it, skim it with some white to tone it down a little bit. We'll see what it looks like when I get finished. Because we don't want it to be crazy looking, do we? Okay, let me get me just a touch more. I've ran out of that pile of white. Get me some more white and drag it down. Kind of mix it a little. I want it a little marbly like that, if marbly's a word. Let's start up in here. And work our way down. It's a pretty big mountain today, really. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a big, strong looking mountain. I may have to put a little bit right here, it looks like. Okay, wipe my knife off. Let me get me some more. I'm burning through this stuff, ain't I? You do use a lot of white, I must say. Get us another roll. Let's come on up here. And we're just going to keep going down. Yeah, I really like Indian yellow. I mean, it's a sunshine color, supposedly. Indian yellow. And it is a good color. I just bought a new tube the other day. I bought a small tube because I know how strong it is. It'll last you a while. Sure will. It will definitely last you. I'm going to bring this on over. Almost got to make some more. Let's make a little bit more because I'm just about finished with this part. And I'm going to bring this on down this way. Bring it on over. And I'm going to bring this on down here, like so. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a little touch up here and there. I mean, it's a different looking mountain having the Indian yellow in it. It's not bad. Not bad. Wipe my knife off here. That's what I'm doing when I'm bending down. I got my paper towels laying there. So let's do a highlight color. I mean a dark color. I'm going to take this existing color that I have and try to make use of it. I'm going to try and use this as my shadow color. Trying to get a little bit more white in it. And I'm going to start on this back now. Let's see what this looks like. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can see that or not. I think I'm going to put some more white in it. Maybe even more. You got to be able to see it. Let's try it right here. Maybe more. I think you can see that. Okay, that don't look too bad. All right, I'm gonna try to use this color here. My existing mountain color. That way I don't waste paint, you know. I don't like to waste paint. Yeah, you can see this for sure. Let me use the edge of my knife here. Try to get as much of that as I can. Actually, let me switch knives real fast. I got a smaller one right here. That might work better for some of these tighter areas. And I hope you can see that. You probably can. Let me hit this up in here. Yeah, there's so many people have trouble making your paint break on these mountains. I mean, it's a real problem. If you want to paint mountains, that is. If you don't care, then it's not a problem. But I learned if you take a jabbing motion at it, just kind of touch it and pull, and not use liquid white or liquid clear on it, it seems to work so much better. So much easier. I had a heck of a time, just like a lot of people do, learning how to do this. See Bob Ross and these other guys on there, man, they make it look so easy. Well, it is if you've done tons of paintings, had tons of practice. But if you haven't and you think you can get up here and just whoosh, like Bob Ross does, man, that's kind of tough. Kind of tough to do. You ought to see some of my first ones, man. I actually kept one of them. One of my very first ones, I tried to do a mountain painting. Not my first one, but probably my third one maybe. My gosh, it was horrible. I still have it so I can look back on it and laugh. That's how bad it was. It is funny to look back sometimes and see some of the artwork you did when you first started. Almost comical in a painful kind of way. Let me stand back and take a peek. All right, I'm back. Well, my plan was I was going to make all this pine trees. Well, I did a few. It wasn't working out. We're changing plans. Everything's subject to change. And we're changing. I did not like it. So we're going to try something else. We're going to go a different route today. I put some water in, put some pine trees back there. And I'm putting in a little bit of grass right now. I'm just trying to form my land, see what I want. See how things are going to work out here. I mean, you can change things as you're going along. That's kind of what I'm doing today because I'm kind of winging it. I don't necessarily have a plan, but I know if something looks good or not, and them pine trees are not looking good, so we're not going to go that route. If something don't look good, don't do it. Just change it. You know, this is oil paint. You just wipe it off, and that's what I did. I had a bunch of pine trees here. I took my blue shop towels. I just wiped it away, and that's really all you have to do. Just wipe it away. I might have a tree or two here, pine trees maybe. Maybe one there. Let me get me a brush here real quick. I might make this this is kind of a hill. I might put some dirt right there. Make it look like it's a little drop off kind of a deal right here. I'm just winging it, just going along, making things up as I go. It's really a hard way to do it, to be quite honest with you, unless you got a superb imagination. And I do mean superb. This here, I'm not sure yet. I may just continue to make this water. I don't know. But in the meantime, I know for a fact I want one right here. And I want it to be a pretty good size one. And I want it to come probably all the way down to probably in there somewhere. Let me load my brush. Black and green is what I'm using here. And we will start right here. This brush is really wide. I gotta be careful here, don't I? It don't have to be a real fat pine tree. I think sometimes they look better when they're not fat because they look more like Christmas trees if they get too fat. Bring it down to somewhere in here. Got one there. Let's find a spot for some more. Got one there. I might put one right here. Bring it on down through here. I'm getting into this wet mountain paint here. So it'd be kind of tough going through that for a moment or so. Make it a little extra dark. You have to thin your paint down sometimes. Okay, that one. I'd like to have one more over here, but I don't really want to get into my mountain. I like it. Let's see, if I go there, Well. It's got to have at least one more tree. Let's put it right here. I have one more tree, and I think I'll bring it just to right there. One more tree, let's make it a little darker. I'll bring it up above that there. I just won't make it real super wide. Cover up too much of my mountain. So 1, 2, 3, that's a good number for pine trees. I'm going to put in some real bright bushes. I just got to figure out where I want them. That side there might be okay. This side is not. Let's put a little something right here. One bush there. I'm wiping my brush off. We're going to need a bush right here. I'll wipe this brush off again. I usually keep my paper towels in front of me, but I got to let the roll go about halfway down. I got to use about half the roll before they'll fit right here where I want them. Let's see, we got a bush here. Let's make sure it looks a little funky. Let's put one right here where I had that little boo-boo a second ago. That'd be a good spot. So you can hide things when you want to. I could fix that, but why fix it if I don't need to? Let's put one right here. That's 4 bushes. We try to have uneven numbers in painting. For some reason they say things it's more pleasing or something. I don't know. So that's 4 bushes. We need at least one more. Let's put one. Let's just put one right here. Don't have to be a big one. So let's do this. Let's quit fooling with it. Let's just go ahead. See how bright that is? I know this paint will sparkle. Brightest red I've ever used. All right, I've been working on this a little bit. I changed this area. This was all grass. I changed that. I think I'm gonna get rid of these red these red bushes. I don't think I like them. So that's what we're going to do. Let me get me a, yeah, I guess I have to use this brush. This was my brush I was going to highlight with, but I'm going to take some black, some green. And I'm going to start. This paint is actually dry, guys. This painting's been sitting around a week. My mom got sick. I had to go help her out. So now I'm back. I'm going to finish this now. I think I'm going to put a pine tree right here. I'm going to cover this one up. You know, if you don't like something, fix it. This is the time, I always say. Because if you don't, you'll regret it. So I'm going to cover this up right here. And just like that, it's gone. All right, let's get rid of another one or two here. I really just don't like them. It don't match the painting. I guess I got a little excited about my new tube of Cad Red Light the other day or something. I did something. I'm not sure what it was. I wasn't thinking right that day. I think I might leave some of these, but I'm going to bring a big one right here, I think. Right into the foreground. And cover this one up. You know, you get a new tube of paint sometimes and you get a little too excited and try to use it on everything. And I think that's what I did. Got excited and tried to use it on everything. Surprised I didn't make my sky bright red. I'm just kidding you. I probably wouldn't do that. At least I hope not. Just better not get any more Cad Red Light, I reckon. And I think I will cover this one up. But see, if I cover that up, and that's okay. They don't have to be big trees. Just big enough to cover up what you want. So this is how you cover your mistakes. I might have to make it a little bigger here. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to make that a little taller. It looks kind of funny. Not in a good way either. Kind of funny in a bad way. Now these two here I think are probably okay. I think those are okay right there. Let me get me a different brush. I'm going to make it more green and yellow. It's really dark. I don't mean to get them that way. Sometimes I just put too much black. What can you say? Let's see how much difference that makes. That makes a little difference. You just don't want them solid black. I mean, goodness. Solid black is a little too dark of a tree. You can use dark colors, but just not solid black. Make sure that's showing. And it is. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can see this. This is just green and yellow is all this is. I do that, I'm just testing, that's what I'm doing right there. Just to see if it's about what I'm wanting. And it is. Okay. Well, I got this out. Let me test this out. This tree here kind of bothers me. I'd like to have it a little brighter on this side. That's a little better right there. Now let me get me a highlight brush out. Wipe it off real good, and we're just about done. Let me highlight these pine trees real good. And I might hit this yellow here real quick. Once I got to get these trees done. I hope you enjoy this painting today. It's different, you know. Instead of just plain old mountains, we just add some color. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. All right, I'm gonna get me a nice clean pile of yellow and I'm gonna set it right here. And I'm really loading this brush. And I might start in this farthest tree here, the one furthest back into the painting. And I'm just touching the right side of it because the sun is coming down this way. Yep, I want to set this down and get my paper towels. So you pick up all, you have to keep wiping it off and getting you a fresh coat. I have too big of a brush here. What size? Oh, size 2. Well, ain't too big. Just kind of putting spots here and there. Okay, that don't look too bad right there. Let's do the other ones real quick. You have to keep turning and twisting your brush because we just put these trees in, and boy, they sure pick up some paint. You know, this is oil painting, so it's wet. This is all wet under here. Every little bit of it. I'm gonna pull this painting out a little bit so I can get to the bottom a little easier. I bought this easel and I really like it. I bought it about 3 or 4 months ago. But it's hard to get to the bottom of the painting sometimes. Unless you pull the painting out like I just did. I'm just going to touch areas here and there. Okay, that don't look too bad. Yeah, it's been raining a lot lately, so I figured we'd do a nice bright painting. Nice happy painting. And that's what we're doing. A nice bright happy painting. I hope you guys enjoy these kind of paintings. Man, I love them. I mean, I like painting in general, but these mountain paintings I like. I just figured I'd throw something a little different at you today. I just touched my canvas there. I'm going to wipe that off. Oh well. Boo-boos happen. Stand back and take a look at that one real quick. Hey, that don't look too bad. Before I let you go, let me highlight this. Find me a nice clean fan brush, if there's such a thing around here. I'm starting to wonder. Let me just highlight these real fast and then I'll let you go. Let's see what we can do here. I just want this brighter. I'm trying to get the cleanest yellow I can find. They just seem like they should be a little brighter. And this right here, as far as that goes. Just kind of let this trail off into the distance. Okay. Just a little more. If I can just give me enough yellow to do this. Just run this on out toward the bottom here. Alright, looks like we're finished. I hope you really enjoyed this painting today. I enjoyed doing it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I think it turned out pretty good. I just want to say thank you to anybody that's liked and subscribed and watches my videos. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, What are you waiting on? I'm just kidding you. I'll see you next time.